I am now on my home floor, back at the hematology oncology floor. I spent the last 2 days, 2 full nights in the ICU. They called it the intermediate ICU, because I wasn't like unconscious or in a, medically induced coma. I still was conscious, I still was functioning. I still was able to sit up and eat. They just was monitoring me closely, like everything. Like if you had a baby and they put you on that monitor, everything that you see on that monitor, they see there. We do have that monitor here. Actually, we don't. Some rooms do, but they do have signals where it'll let them know, Well, I have a heart monitor on me, a portable one. That's what I was looking for. If you don't have it in your room, where any drop, dip, anything, any drop, any dip, anything happen, they come rushing in. I'm so happy to be back on this floor because I get a shower. As you can imagine, with my levels being so low, the risk of falling, passing out, I couldn't get a shower. I couldn't get a wipe down. I basically was wiping myself down. Your bathroom is in your room. It's a toilet that you pull from under the table. It's a sink behind you. I'm so sweaty. They sweated me out. They sweated my wig off.
How you feeling?
I am okay. I don't think I'm going to be annoyed is that they're going to keep us in here for like the next at least hour or so. But back to what I was talking about. Just imagine laying in your own sweat. They constantly gave me Tylenol with the blood transfusions because it helped with reactions, and Benadryl through IV. But it puts you in a cold sweat. I sweated my hair, like you can see, it's off. It was a cap, it's off. I'm waiting for my family to bring up my bag so I can finish taking it off, just put me a scarf on or behind it on, and rock out the rest of this visit. But it was scary. It wasn't horrible. It just was scary to be going through this again, but in a dangerous way, on a dangerous level. So I'm just ready to just start taking steps forward to getting out of here and seeing my baby girl, and make a lot of changes in my life right now. I am going to rewind, so I'm not going to start too much back from the beginning because my previous video talks about one of the reasons why I was admitted. It all seemed like it'd be stemming from something else, but the bottom line or the common denominator be the same. I was discharged from the hospital Thursday. I woke up Sunday and I had bad crisis pain in my left leg. I was taking my medicine around the clock. I went to the mall. I was able to manage through the mall. When I woke up Monday, it went from one leg to both my legs was in excruciating pain. Again, taking my medicine around the clock, managing through, going on with my day, taking care of my baby girl. Woke up Tuesday. The pain had moved from my legs to both. It was both my arms. Both my arms was in excruciating pain. My legs was in dull pain, but both of my arms was in excruciating pain, down to my fingertips, to where as though I couldn't hold my cell phone. I couldn't get my baby girl bottle. I could barely open the door to get out my room to go to the bathroom. Again, I'm fighting hard. I'm fighting through. Taking my medicine around the clock. I meet up with her father, take her to the park, knowing damn well when we got out there to the park, it was warm. But it started to get cold. But that's another story, with their relationship. But knowing damn well I exceeded my limit of being out there, but I wanted to do it for my baby girl. Got home that night. The pain was so excruciating, I had asked my mom to watch my daughter so I can go to the ER. Of course, I'm always on these 3 doses and go home because most of the time it works. It do work. Like, y'all probably like, that never works for you, but most of the time. So I went to the hospital that night. They gave my 3 doses. I went home. I felt fine. When I got home, I made me something to eat real fast because of the steroids that I was on. Made me real hungry. I got my books together. I wrote out my bills. I just felt fine. My mom still had my daughter She was like, just get some sleep. Come get her in the morning. You know, you feeling better. You feeling fine. I'm like, all right, cool, fine. I wake up the next morning. The pain was so excruciating. I can't explain it. In all of my 32 years, I have never had a crisis this bad. Like, the pain, it literally felt like my muscles was attacking themselves. Like, it was this aching pain where, like, I couldn't move. I had managed to wrap my arms up in a heating pad, but that was the best relief I was getting. On top of, you gotta think, these heavy at-home meds that I'm taking around the clock, like every 4 hours. So when I woke up the next morning, instead of going to go get my daughter, I called my mom and I'm like, Mom, this pain unbearable. So she like, you know, let me take you to the hospital. Can you manage until about 3? It was probably like 1 at this time. Cause she had my daughter. Excuse me. She had my daughter. She was helping my nephew with his schoolwork. And I'm like, I'm just in excruciating pain. Now my mom, y'all know my mom, she dramatic. Whole time she's on the phone with my brother, telling my brother, you know, go check on your sister. She ain't feeling well. My brother and his girlfriend bust through my room door. Like, my brother like, get up now. Come on. We getting you dressed. You can't get yourself dressed. You don't feel good. Come on. We getting you dressed. You going to the hospital now. So shout out to Hakeem and Shakira. She basically helped me put my hoodie on, helped me put my pants on, my socks, helped me down the steps. And like I always mention, if I gotta start taking my meds or doubling up every 4 hours around the clock, like when 4 hour and 1 minute hit, if I'm screaming out in pain, it's time to go back to the hospital. Go back to the hospital, and of course I know they're gonna keep me because they're gonna, you know, say like, we need to get this under control before we keep sending you home, bringing you back. You know, just stay one little stretch, get this under control, and you be good. Got to the hospital, and to my surprise, that's when I was posted that my hemoglobin had went up. I'm gonna insert the clip in here. I made a post. My hemoglobin had jumped from a 4.4 to a 6.8 on its own with no blood. If y'all remember, I was having problems with antibodies to the blood, so they would, under no circumstances, well, I'm not gonna say no circumstances, only under extreme circumstances would they give me blood. And a 4.4 wasn't extreme. Anything under a 4 is extreme. So I posted about it, you know, my first day here. So I was so relieved that my hemoglobin didn't drop. But I knew my hemoglobin was going to drop. When we are in a bad crisis, just due to the pain, the stressing, the like holding your breath, the not, you know, taking deep breaths in, the not regulating your breathing, that's going to drop your hemoglobin, because that's how, you know, that's the amount of oxygen that's in your level that your red blood cells is taking around to your organs. So I know it's going to drop a little bit, but I was excited. I made a post, and I'm going to show you what it say here. So, you know, I'm like, thank you, God. You know, it went up, no help, you know, no blood, no nothing. I'm excited. Now all I got to do is knock this pain out. Thinking it's a normal crisis, you know, 3 doses, whatever. They cannot get this pain under control for nothing. I literally I can't even remember my first 24 hours in the hospital because I literally was knocked out. That's the only way I could function. And everybody's pain management contract is different. And what a pain management contract is that you have something set in place for when you're in pain like this and you can't talk and you can't communicate to the doctors or nurses down in the ER who's not your normal doctor what normal medicines you take to help get your pain under control. So instead of them coming in and asking you, oh, you know, how you feeling? What do you normally take? And how often? It's in the computer. They could just pull it up. So I either get 2 milligrams of this every 4 hours. That wasn't working. Every 2 hours, I just remember waking up out of my sleep, literally like from the dead, screaming to the top of my lungs, to like the point where the techs and the nurses, they was just rushing to my bedside. They kept calling the doctors. They kept giving me breakthrough medicine. And it was like clockwork. Every 2 hours, I couldn't fathom this pain that I was going through. And what made it worse is that it was in my arms and my hands. So I couldn't really do nothing. I couldn't move. I couldn't pick nothing up. Couldn't eat. Only thing I could do was wake up and scream out in pain and then get the medicine and be knocked out. And I'm like, the whole first 24 hours was like that. When I was finally able to come to, it would be up an hour, screaming an hour. Because now I'm at the point where I say, you gotta get yourself up and alert so you can tell them that this medicine and this regimen is not working. Or it's gonna be, this medicine is not working, or you're gonna be on day 9 still screaming. When I tell you I was on day, came in Wednesday, about Saturday morning I was fed up. I was calling every social worker, I was calling every doctor, I was calling everybody. Like, this is not working. I should not have to get up every 2 hours, scream for an hour, because that's how long it takes for my nurse to contact the doctor, tell them, you know, my patient, she's screaming, she's crying, she can't talk, she can't do it, please give her some more medicine. They got to put it in the computer. The message goes to the pharmacist sends it up to the floor, and then the nurse come running in here to give me medicine that soothes me for an hour, where I can at least sit up, eat something, communicate with the social workers. Then I'm screaming again. That went on for about 2 days. I finally got fed up. I sent the social worker a text message and just explained to her, like, I can't do it. You know, I'm literally screaming every 2 hours for an extra dose. Why can't they just change my medicine to go up a dose and close the gap in between the hours? So I'm not waiting every 4 hours for a little tiny dose. Go up a milligram, close the gap down 2 hours. She made it happen instantly. And it's crazy because right after I talked to the supervisor, the doctor came in. And everything happened instantly. Y'all don't understand, like, how relieved I was. Because, like, every 2 hours, it was just like, I was just, like, looking forward to being miserable and in excruciating pain. And nobody understands. They're just sitting there watching you helpless. And I know my nurses is understanding. I know my techs is understanding. You do get those, you're like, oh, she's screaming. I gotta keep calling the doctors. It doesn't matter how they feel. It doesn't matter their attitude. I know how I feel when I'm in this bed. I know what needs to be done. I know how fast it needs to be done. I know it needs to be done now and handled now. If that's bothering you, if I'm your problem patient, give me up then. But I'm going to get myself together and stable. Like, it was literally mentally draining to me that I literally knew the exact time where my pain medicine was going to wear off, and I was going to be in here screaming. I mean, to the point where I couldn't even hold my shoulders up. Like, I just was like a stiff board, just screaming, going back and forth. Finally got that under control. Woke up Friday morning. So Friday morning I wake up, I'm feeling better. And I'm getting my doses. I'm getting an extra dose in half the time. My pain is now becoming under control. I'm hyped because I'm thinking, like, okay, damn, you know, I might be able to come home, be discharged Monday, my pain under control. Last thing I remember, my hemoglobin was a 6.8. Cool. They come in, it's like 7 in the morning, doing routine blood checks, and for some reason they just keep getting blood. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? And they're like, your blood level is so low, like, it gotta be diluted. You know, maybe your port site, or maybe all the fluids that you're getting is diluting your levels. So, you know, we're gonna try to take it from your hand. Another site came back the same number, 3.9. Now, remember I told you anything under a 4 is dangerous, even if it's a 3.9. So now I'm like, oh, 3.9, like, that's, oh, I'm supposed to be a normal person. A regular person is a woman is a 12.5. A sickle cell person is probably like a 7.8. A 3.9. That's how much oxygen, number one, is getting to my organs, and that's how much blood flow I have in my body. No, that's not good. So they never like to bombard you or make you nervous. And I had it for 32 years, and it's so much stuff that I never had to deal with or never had to experience that they gotta take it slow with me. So they're like, we're gonna give you blood. And remember, they absolutely positively didn't want to give me blood because my body was developing antibodies to the blood. But they like anything under 4. They like, so we gotta give you a blood transfusion. We just going to run it over, something that could normally be ran over an hour to over 8 hours slow, so we can monitor any reactions that you have. And we got to put you in the ICU because we got to make sure that there's not dropping your oxygen level, there's not a change in your heart function, there's not changing your, how your body normally regulates, period, because you are dangerously low. So I get emotional, I'm crying, always thinking about my daughter, my mom, my family, and I always tell my friends, I always tell my family, you'll take for granted coming up here to visit me, you'll take for granted talking to me, checking up on me, even if it takes 2 or 3 days to respond because I'm going through something. You never know that when I come to the hospital, what I'm dealing with, what I'm going through, and if y'all gonna see me again. Y'all just assume y'all are, but you never know. So I turn to my Facebook, social media a lot because that's where my family is, the people that I most intimately interact with more, the older people in my family, my pastor, my church, my friends, whoever that's, prayer warriors that I could just hop on and say, I don't even have to say, I could just say, just mention me by name, please pray for me. And the prayers will be flowing in. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to post them. They be flowing in. And I love them for that. So I hop on there, ask for prayers, and they we got you, we got you, we got you, we got you. Okay, so after I get my prayers, I get calmed down. They move me down to the ICU. I get down there, they hook me up to the heart monitors. Basically, they have everything rolling for me. They have my pre-transfusion medications to help me not have a reaction. Like I said, the Benadryl, the Tylenol. They had my steroids. They had a steroid drip for me. They had another kind of infusion to help with the antibodies. After they gave me all those medicines, a half an hour later, my bag of blood was ready. So that was day 1/night 1 in the ICU. They just monitored me over 8 hours after I was done. It was probably 2 in the morning. Then they monitored me, and my hemoglobin went from a 3.9 to a 4.0. And to you, that's what? But gotta keep in mind, from a 3.9 to a 4.0, I'm out the 3s. So bam, I'm not dangerously, oh my God, low. So I basically go through the same thing the next day. They say we're gonna give you another bag of blood and hopefully it brings it up more. Now, the blood transfusion, it doesn't go up instantly. That's the only thing. So 2 days from now, they might check my blood and I might be at a 7.6 and they be like, oh God. But it slowly inclines. That's what they want, because your body will go through a reaction or a shock if it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. So so they wanted to gradually work itself up. So I went through the same thing the next day. Transfusion meds, got another transfusion, and today I am a 4.9. So give it a couple days, I'll probably be somewhere in the 5 tomorrow. Hopefully the 6 is by Wednesday. We never know where it's going to cap off at, where it's going to stop. Excuse me, ice. But as long as I'm not in them 3s, my pain getting better. By the middle of the week, I want to be home with my baby girl. I don't want to be doing too much. I don't want to be running around. I don't want to be multitasking. Look, if I lay in the bed all day or sit on the sofa all day with my baby girl, that's all I want. Alright, that's all I want to get to. That's my goals for right now. So right now I'm back on the regular hematology floor, like I was saying. In the beginning of the video, when I was getting transported from the ICU up here. So now I'm just on regular watch, regular pain meds around the clock. Because now it's a combination of getting my pain under control and getting my hemoglobin up. So, and yes, I've been dealing with this all my life. But certain scenarios and stuff is scary. Like when I'm panicking and I'm asking for prayer and I'm trying to figure out, or I'm stressing over, I have been to work in a month, 3 weeks, like, it's real life stuff, guys. Like, I'm gonna repeat this again because I repeat it in all my videos. Like, I try to live as normal as possible. Yes, I have backups. Yes, I have savings accounts, but getting sick back to back, them things deplete. I got sick in July. I got sick in August. I got sick, I skipped September. I don't think I was in the hospital September, but I was sick the entire October. So it's like only so much planning, and you got your own house, car, child, that you can do. Like, this is real life, and it's not, I don't want y'all to see it as, I get sick, I run to social media. Like, I want y'all in on this with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all living this with me or going through this with me, so y'all can see, like, this is real life stuff that I go through. This is stuff that's happening. Like, I was just fine. Like, just living life, I've been going through this. I've been speaking on, like, how the antibodies has been attacking the blood for a couple months now, but this hemoglobin dropping and stuff and me being in and out the hospital, like, this is all spirit of the moment stuff, spirit of the moment videos. Like, I'm in the hospital right now and, like, week-old clothes. Like, this is stuff that I really deal with and really go through, and I have a daughter on top of that. So it's just like, I want to share and express these things with y'all, because I want to let y'all in, and I want to give y'all insight and awareness on what sickle cell is. Sickle cell is unpredictable. Like, I want y'all to see how, I paid for a pop-up shop that I didn't get to attend. I have inventory, which is going to stretch me past the pop-up shop, but this is things that happen. I had plans to be in at a pop-up shop, promoting my business, my daughter business, my mom business, out there making sales that I never got a chance to go to. I'm in a hospital. Had plans with my daughter. Plans to go out with my nieces on a hayride. And in the blink of an eye, sickle cell took that all away from me. And it's scary to the point when I have y'all chime in where I need your prayers, because yes, I am a very religious person. I need to become more spiritual. Don't let that go over your head. But sometimes I get scared and nervous too. I'm still human, and I need that extra boost. So when I run to social media and I'm asking for prayers, I'm really asking for prayers. I'm really asking for that. I want to feel that wrath, God said when 2 or 3 are gathered, he's in the midst. I want to feel that mist, that comfort. Like, I want y'all to be there with me, rooting for me, helping me, telling me that everything's going to be okay, reassuring me that, you know, I'm strong, I'm going to make it out, I'm going to make it to my daughter. Like, sickle cell is a beast. Like, and a lot of people still don't know about it. A lot of people still won't educate themselves about it. A lot of people are still talk down on it, you know, are still degraded, or, you know, use it as an insult, use it to hurt. So you would never go to nobody and say, that's why you got cancer, or that's why you got lupus. Like, but y'all use sickle cell like it's nothing, and it's really something. Like, I do these videos because I want to educate y'all. I want y'all to know. And with all the education and all the videos that I make and all the insight I put y'all in, I still have close family and friends that don't know nothing about sickle cell. I still have, you know, co-workers or, you know, associates that are coming to my inbox and say, oh yeah, try this Herbalife. Yeah, if you was taking these vitamins, then, you know, you would be better. You know, I still got people that talk ignorant to me. You know, I still got people that say you need to invest in your health, or, you know, change the way you eat, or, you know, you need to, that won't go and research anything. They'll just bank off of, oh, she's sick again, she not doing something right. No, sickle cell is a beast. Y'all gotta understand that it's a beast. And the saddest part about it is that Latinos and African Americans and Jamaican, y'all have somebody that's close by in your family that has a form of it, or is a carrier of it, that when they meet somebody and have a baby, their child is going to have it. And people don't never want to get educated, never want to look into anything. And I'm saying it for me too. You know, it goes for everybody until it's happening to you. You know, until it's in your family. You know, until you're struggling with it, and then you want, you know, the prayers and the donations and the, you know, the upliftings and the. This is nothing to play with. It's no joke. Like, and I know everybody that I encounter, you know, I want to feel like that most of y'all are genuine, y'all are true, because when I ask for prayer, y'all give it to me. When I ask for whatever, y'all give it to me. Y'all make sure I'm cool, and I want to say thank you for that. So I just wanted to give y'all, besides giving y'all an update on where I'm at right now, I just wanted to prep y'all to look into and do your research. And it doesn't necessarily have to be sickle cell. We have lupus out here, we have leukemia out here, different types of cancers out here, rare genetic disorders out here. I sit online all day, especially when I'm in the hospital, and I watch videos and I'm learning about, you know, rare genetic disorders, where they come from, what happened. I'm educating myself, but that's because I'm in a position where I have an illness that is common, that people don't educate themselves on. So besides letting y'all know I'm back in the game, thanks for y'all prayers, I want y'all to go do your research. Do your research. Come to me with questions. Like, I'm an open book. Maybe I'll pick a day where I'll go live. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow or the next day if I'm feeling up to it. And we could just have a chat. Like, you want to educate yourself, you want to learn more, you want to know more. Maybe I'll do the end of the week. You know, maybe I'll have guest speakers who have sickle cell chime in, get in on this. Maybe you got questions. You want to add something, you want to know something. Let's do it live. Let's do it live on my social media page. I'll leave that below. Let's do a live about this. And y'all could just ask me questions. If y'all want to start there, we can start there. Because wherever we start, it's going to be the beginning. And it might be the beginning of something great. Now this channel, I told you I didn't want it to be all sad or, you know, illness and stuff. But